Could you use a quick tip daily? How about a tip that can impact your day? My name is Raphael. Join me as I bring you tips by experts around the world. These experts have shared their knowledge and wisdom with me and will directly share them with you. Make sure to subscribe, like, follow, and comment, and I would love for you to become part of the New Tip Daily community. Happy New Year! Hey, how are you? It's Sifu Raphael. I'm excited to talk to you about 2025 goal setting. So, I've set goals for this show. My goal is to continue to bring you good tips, tips that I've heard, I've learned, but I also want to bring you some really incredible human beings who come on the show and have come on before, and they give us some great tips. I have some people really incredible people actually who are lined up to give us some tips this year. And if you know anybody who has a great tip, I'd love to have them on the show. Why not? We can always use a good tip. Now, the tips that we're looking for are tips that can impact your personal life, your professional life, or just common sense tips, even. um, I don't necessarily want anybody here coming in and sharing some auto auto tips because we're not that kind of place, or how to throw a football correctly. Don't get me wrong, that's a great tip to have. How to change a tire, how to there's a lot of great things, but I'm talking more practical gifts as tips. What great books you can be reading, what great places you can go on vacation. What's the best app to use for so many different things? Because there are so many apps out there. Some have stayed with us, some have gone away. Consider what new apps are going to be turning up this year. How many thousands of apps are going to come along that will inspire us for change, for growth, and so many apps that will take our time away. Let's talk about social media. Wow. They take a valuable time that we can be using for something else. What are we doing with our time? We're giving it away. What? Meanwhile, you can never get it back. You can never get your time back. So bring into your life things that will make your life better. And that's what I want to do with New Tip Daily. I want to bring you tips that will impact you. One of the things that I've decided to do is I know I named this New Tip Daily, but guess what? I stopped doing the show every single day. And reason being, other things came up that were important. So, for example, I no longer do a New Tip Daily on Wednesdays because I worked out with Nikki Gangemi that we're going to do, and I'm so excited that we decided to do this every other Wednesday. We're doing the Sear Show. And on the Wednesdays that I'm not doing the Sear Show, I have other things happening. So we need to always adapt. That's the tip that I want to start with you on this new year. 2025 should be the year that you adapt to make your life better. That's my first tip for you today. Adapt, change, modify so that you have an incredible time. You have your best life. So 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now, you may be looking at your life and saying, what did I give up? I got rid of it. I pushed it aside. Get out of here. You're not doing me any good. Those are the things that we need to consider. Terry, thank you for the little heart. Also, by the way, one of the things I'm always going to recommend to anybody who comes on, and Terry, I really appreciate you listening, but one of the things I'm always going to suggest is make a comment when you come on my show, or you scroll by and you see my show and you like something. I love the hearts, but a little comment saying, I like that, or I didn't like that. You don't always, by the way, when you go on somebody's live, don't be a troll and you put negativity. Put more positive. If you have nothing good to say, don't say anything. You can even say something like, that's interesting. It doesn't mean you have to agree with it, right? So consider the tips that we can share with each other. So, like I said, my first tip for you is to modify, change. And I've been reading Elon Musk's book. One of his favorite words is delete, 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 delete. If it's not necessary, get rid of it. Get rid of it. You don't need nonsense in your life. I love that idea. We don't need nonsense in our lives. Get rid of it. Dump it. It's not necessary. Life is too short to occupy it with things that don't make sense. So consider what we're going to be doing on New Tip Daily is bringing you tips that will benefit you in one way or another, whether it's a business tip, a social etiquette tip, because we sometimes lack those. We do. We lack those so much. We do. It's crazy what I see people doing socially, whether it's on a podcast, in person, on a text message, and an email. Oh my goodness. What are we doing? How are we navigating our lives? Let's make 2025 a year that impacts not just you, and you should do that. Absolutely. You most definitely should impact your own life. Oh my goodness. Absolutely. But when you do that as well, then you have to start to consider other people. What are we doing for other people? How are we impacting their lives by our actions? Consider that. I love sharing. I love creating new things. I love when somebody shares with me. I love it. I mean, really love it when somebody says, I think you can do this better. I'm all ears. I'm all ears. I'm always looking how to make things better in my life, in my workplace. I have several businesses. Which one of those can I implement in this business, that business? Consider that. Next week on Sunday, this coming Sunday, the 12th, I have a workshop. It's called, are you ready for this? The Marshall Way of Communication, or the Marshall Way of Communicating. And it's based on body movements, the, the way we bring energy to a conversation, the way we move our bodies. Martial arts is a great vehicle for movement. So why don't we use movement with our bodies, our hands, our face, our eyes, our mouth, our smile? Let's talk how we can change the way we communicate, through the way we communicate. And that's what this whole workshop is about. If you're local to New York, Farmingdale, I would love for you to come and join me. By the way, if you see this and it's a replay, by all means, reach out to me if you want to be on the show. I'm going to put it here so you can actually, let me get that banner here for you. Um, here, here's an easy way, sifu at speakingprowess.com. Reach out, say, I'm interested in being in the show. Send me a quick email. Don't spam me, please. I get rid of those really quick, and I will put you on the do not disturb or deleted spam folder, and you'll be gone. So don't do that to me. Don't do it to you, to anyone else. And if you're a spammer, stop it. 2025 should not be about that. It should be about impacting people's lives in a positive way. Let's make 2025 an incredible year. How do you do that? Well, I'm going to suggest you grow daily by reading, by implementing what you read. If you see an idea, share it. If you can implement that idea into your livelihood, into your workplace, do so. But maybe you don't have to do it exactly as it's been told, but you modify it to fit you. That, my friends, is key. When you have an idea, implement it. Check it out. Do A B testing, ABC sometimes. Sometimes you have to keep playing with it, keep playing with it, keep playing with it until it becomes great or it blows up and you definitely delete, get rid of it. Don't waste time on something that doesn't qualify. So consider every time that you're doing something, are you spending your quality time on that thing? If you're scrolling through Facebook or social media and you're not getting anything of value, turn it off. Turn it off. If I'm talking and you don't see anything of value, turn me off. Listen, I'm not telling you that you have to listen to the show, but if you ever come across it and it gives you a good tip, take it and run with it. Take it and run with it. If the tip is no good, delete. It's not for you. It wasn't meant for you. Maybe, just maybe, it was meant for somebody else. So consider all the things that we can do in our lives, how do we move from one position to the other? How do we do that? Consider your life. Write down your goals, little ones to huge ones. Make them from this size to this size. But implementation on that goal is not putting everything all at once. It's a little bit at a time. Here, 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 until they all make up that big goal. Sometimes you also have to ask, who is going to assist me in this goal? I already have my whole calendar set up for one of my businesses for 2025. And I did that in December. And I did that in order to be able to implement. We've already started implementing. We send out emails, we're sending out text messages, we're doing things, we're putting things in place to make it happen. You need to do that for you. So write things down. That's a tip, right? And it's okay. Look, I always write things down, right? Sometimes I put it in a different way, in a different angle, is because it's something that really I wanted to pop out. Here's a different sheet, right? See, I write it, I circle it, I do things, I cross things off if they're no longer viable for what I want to accomplish. So consider every day, create, create, create. We were meant to create. Your thoughts, put them down in paper, and then from there, follow up. Do these make sense? Should I act on them every day? Every day. That's how we can implement the best 2025 by writing it down, writing action steps that we have to do, and then making those action plans. Maybe it's a daily plan, a weekly plan, a 2 week plan, a monthly plan, a year plan, whatever it is. Get your calendar out. Get your calendar out. Look for holidays. Do the holidays impact your business? How do they impact your business? Can you make more money during the holidays, or do you need to pull back and give people time off? What is it about your business that the holidays are going to impact it one way or another? Look at Amazon. What do they do? Holidays, woof, big business. Look at catering places, big business. On birthdays, on holidays of celebration, whether it's the Super Bowl is coming up. Do you know how many chicken wings are going to be sold on Super Bowl Sunday? How about pizzas? How about any order, takeout orders? It's going to be maddening, but people are going to take advantage, and they can't. I mean, you can plan now for it, but I know businesses that have already been putting things out there, restaurants, if they have cameras, if they have TVs, if they have all these different things, they'll even do interviews afterwards if they have certain types of people coming in, and they'll say, "What was your take on today's game?" Boom. And all of a sudden, it becomes a little bit of a video for a restaurant to put out. This is why we do events at our restaurant, because the people enjoyed the food, they enjoyed the camaraderie, and they enjoyed watching it with other people. Have you ever seen a restaurant do that? If you're a restaurant owner, I suggest you do that. If you're going to have the Super Bowl at your location, I would have somebody like myself, somebody uh, come in there and interview people during the game, at halftime, at intermission, at commercials, whenever it is, have a little booth set up and go, come in for a quick interview. What do you think? How was that throw? How was that? What did that touchdown do? Whatever. But you can do that for any sport. So consider what you're doing on a regular basis. Thank you so much. I look forward to spending some quality time with you. An exceptional, exceptional day. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Have an amazing, amazing rest of your day. Take care.